Welcome to my YouTube channel, Buzibwera, Charity Green Acres Farm Initiative. Thank you for always subscribing. You do motivate me and inspire me a lot whenever you subscribe to this channel. My name is Nassiwa Justine. At my YouTube channel, we normally and basically learn about goats rearing. This is where we come and join up and we start learning about goats. On this topic today, we are going to learn more on the concerns or issues or factors that do affect the nutrition of our goats. One, I will talk about the maintenance. It is a concern or an issue that farmers do neglect to maintain. If you started your goats with clean water, let it always be clean water. If they are used to having salt in the water, the lake salt we normally put in the water, make sure you maintain that status quo. If you have the block salt, the white salt in the sheds when they come back and take it as a supplement, make sure you maintain that trend of having salt every now and then in your sheds. Two, the growth of the goats. You have to maintain the weight and the growth of the goats. Here we basically normally advise that please, what the goats eat, do help them to have that weight and the growth. So like when you look at the savannah or the other types of Shannan and the Gala, look at how you feed them. However much you'll be having a short East African, a savannah or a Shannan, what do you feed it? So that one will depend on the growth of the animal. You could say that the goat is stunted, it has not gained a lot of weight, it is not growing faster like any other breed. It will depend on what you feed it. So if you want your goats to grow healthy, please make sure that you do follow up on what they do eat and at what intervals and how many times they do eat. So we shall look at the pregnancy test, the pregnancy status, in other words, the pregnancy status. We see when is the right time for these goats to be served. So how many goats do you have and when do you think they should be served? If you have like 20 of them and one back, so maintain that I'm going to serve my goats during this period of time, such that after 5 months during this period, I will have noted down, I'll have recorded that this is the time when they conceive. So you wait for the next 5 months or 6 months, then they will start giving birth. So when we talk about the weaning time, you have to maintain. It is also a concern to so many farmers, or a factor affecting the good nutrition of the goats and maintenance. So when these goats keep on breastfeeding the mothers and you don't, stop them and limit them the weaning time, they malnourish most of the mothers that are pregnant. So you leave them and then we leave the mothers so that they can also gain weight. And then after these ones have also reached a period of 6 months, they can also conceive. So I would advise most of you that during this time, make sure that when they reach at the stage of 4 months, you limit them breastfeeding the mothers. So another factor, the fifth one, is the environmental conditions. Look at the type of the breed you have and where the environment you're taking it. You could be having a savannah at your home or in your farm, but is that place suitable for the type of breed you have? If you have a Shannan, if you have a Gala, if you have a Boa, you must consider also the environment where it is. So it is a concern and a factor and an issue for you to consider where you're going to take the farm, where you're going to start the farm, and where you're going to take this breed of the goat. So however much you would love the goat to look big, you would love it to multiply many as soon as you want, but please, you must consider the environment. Like we always advise you that savannah need hot places. That is how they manage during the dry seasons. They normally, produce very fast. They go and heat very fast. So I would basically advise you to consider all those issues I have said. I've talked about the maintenance. I have talked about the growth. I have talked about the pregnancy status. I have talked about the weaning stage, at what time they should be stopped breastfeeding their mothers, and I have talked about the environment conditions. So please, thank you always for watching and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Please keep on posted as I bring in more and more, and we learn about more on goats.